Alrighty, good morning, everybody. We have an interesting one. This time we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so we're going to start out with the nice story and then we will continue down the chain. So the good story is that AI was used to help find a hiker recently. So the story is about using a drone and AI to find this hiker. So it was considered a recovery. So the hiker was not alive when they found him, and it took a while. So the story really goes that after about 11 months, the rescue team decided to use a drone, took over 2,000 images, so 2,600 images in one afternoon, and the AI system that they used spotted the helmet in the mountainous terrain. And so what happened? So the AI software analyzed the drone footage and identified suspicious spots where pixels differed in color from the surrounding landscape. It flagged the victim's helmet as an anomaly. The entire imaging process took 5 hours with two drones on a Tuesday morning. The AI analysis completed the same afternoon. Bad weather delayed the physical recovery until Thursday. So Dr. Nicola Evaldo's body was found at 3,150 meters altitude, more than 600 meters below the summit, exactly where the AI had detected the distinctive helmet pixels. So this is a pretty good use of AI technology. Kudos for them to using it. And I will also throw out that this website, getcoai.com, is actually a really good site. Full disclosure, if you read and you figure out who the author is, it does say written by Co-AI Bot, published August 4th. AI turns mountains of data into life-saving rescue intelligence. So this is actually a pretty good site. So I'm going to go to the site more often to see what's going on. All right, so the next one is Hertz. And so Hertz is in a little bit of trouble. So this is not the first time they've been in trouble recently, but this is a big one. And so they're using AI technology to scan vehicles for damages, and they are unexpectedly or expectedly billing the renters for the damage. And so they scan the cars as they're being returned, and the vehicles drive through a camera and sensor tunnel. And so the company is saying they get an MRI for vehicles to log the damage in a way that rental staff never had to do before, and it's quicker. Also finds hard to spot damage such as under the vehicle, uneven tire wear, hairline cracks in the windshield, etc. And so what's happening is that people are getting huge bills for damages that they may not even be able to recognize on the vehicle when they return it. And so it says they're seeing 1-inch scuffs on a rear wheel was billed out at $440, which was broken down into $250 repair, $125 processing, and $65 administrative fee. So this is the kind of thing that would not have been noticed before and is probably not actually getting repaired, are the accusations or the allegations. They ask for payment right away, or else you pay more. And if you challenge them, it takes longer. Then the discount window to get a response is reduced and not offered. So this is the accusations are it's not about accuracy, it's not about convenience, and people are accusing them of using this to squeeze a little bit more profit out of them. So Hertz' new system lets them get about 5 times as many customers billed as before. The rate at which they're sending out bills is skyrocketing, and here's their justification with the math. For big U.S. airport car rental locations, between 0.3% and 1% of rentals close out with actual damage charged to the customer. Roughly one renter in every 100 to 300 gets a bill for damage. The midpoint estimate then is about 0.6%, or 6 claims per 1,000 rentals. About 10% of rentals returns may have some fresh dents, scrapes, or glass chips. Most of these historically never turn into customer bills. At high turnover airports, the focus is on taking back the car, cleaning it, and getting it ready for the next one. So it's more about convenience and fast turnaround. Fewer than 1% of rentals historically have turned into damage claims. Meanwhile, 30% to 50% of those claims are ultimately written off. In contrast, according to Hertz, fewer than 3%, so they're saying fewer than 3% of vehicles scanned by the AI system shows billable damage, but that's like 5 times more than it has been before. And so this means that Hertz's new system is billing out damage at about 5 times more. And this destroys the value proposition of renting from them, assuming, of course, that there was one to start with. Historically, renting from Hertz or Avis or National at any airport location meant on airport convenience and going straight to the car rather than standing in line. So this was all about convenience. And this is a picture of, I guess, people standing in line. So they pay extra fees for these airport rentals compared to going off the airport to rent. And people are getting bills unexpectedly, and they're not happy with that. So that is the bad. Now the ugly is about OpenAI, and so OpenAI, ChatGPT users, their data has been indexed in Google. So this was unexpected, and so one of the stories, I think it was reported by Fast Company, and it's exposed as a privacy issue. And they were reporting that thousands of ChatGPT conversations were found in Google search results, and likely only represented a sample of the chats visible to millions. So while indexing did not include identifying information about the ChatGPT users, some of their chats did share personal details like highly specific descriptions of interpersonal relationships with friends, family members, and perhaps making it possible to identify them. So OpenAI's Chief Information Security Officer, Dane Stuckey, explained on X, so let's go to X. So explained on X that they removed the feature and that it was an experimental feature and that users opted in. So they expressed that this happened, it was an opt-in, it was not that big of a deal, and it's been resolved. So that's the bad. And so you do have to be careful about things when you do stuff. And the other part about this, though, is that it focused on one of the comments was that people were putting in information about their personal lives and stuff. So be careful about what you put out in the wild, in AI and chatbots and stuff. Yet people are saying it's becoming a little bit of a therapist and a friend to confide in. But be careful. You never know where your data is going to end up. And this stuff is not vetted for medical or psychological help. And so you may not be getting what you really need out of it, and it may actually be steering you in the wrong direction. So be careful out there. So the good, hiker was found. The bad, Hertz is scanning for profit. And the ugly, OpenAI is exposing your data unintentionally. So thank you. Have a good day. Be careful out there. See you later. Bye bye.